What's up, everyone? This is Tatum. I'm back with another episode of Flowers, and today I'm going to talk about an album that's, well, I guess it's reaching its 10-year anniversary today, which is crazy that it's been 10 years. And I was just listening back to it because it came out around my birthday, so let me listen back to it. And it's one of my favorite albums from this artist, and that's pretty much it. I just wanted to give it its flowers. So, without further ado, today I'm going to be discussing Beyoncé 4. Beyoncé 4 came out on June 24th, 2011. It's Beyonce's fourth album, which is crazy. This was after Sasha Fierce. I guess it was after Sasha Fierce. And she took a little break after Sasha Fierce. And this album was something like, I remember in like an interview, she was like, she kind of got rid of the Sasha Fierce character or merged it or learned how to merge it better with just herself in a way. Be truthfully honest, I enjoy this album because it's R&B. It's pure R&B. It's besides like the lad that I guess Girls from the World and Countdown. That's a little bit more. It's still kind of R&B in there, but for the most part, this album is R&B from the writers of Esther Dean, The Dream, to Babyface. She had Babyface on here. To beats from Kanye, to Jeff Basker. This album is really put together well, and I just don't think it gets enough credit in her discography as it should, probably because of the time that it came out in and the sound of it, and the sound of trying to bring back that R&B sound in the midst of like the EDM era and ultra pop era was kind of a, I wouldn't say, for lack of better words, I guess it didn't mesh well for the public, but I'm not going to waste too much of your time. I'm going to get into the record. I'm going to go over a couple songs that I enjoyed and just give this album its just due. So let's get into it. The album starts with 1+1, and that's a beautiful, classic R&B ballad record. You hear her emotions in that. It's just a great way to start the record off. Let me just say that first. This is a great way to start the record off. I think it tugs at your heartstrings if you ever been in love or you know the feeling of this record. It sounds like a wedding record. It's just beautiful. I think The Dream and Tricky did a great job with this record. Like, again, the subject matter on that record is just beautiful. It's just beautiful. Just a beautiful way. It really set the tone for, I guess, like the R&B vibe that we were gonna get for the record. Like, Beyonce starting a record off like this, she don't really do that a lot. Like, let me see. You get Deja Vu, Crazy in Love. I forget, what's the first record off Sasha Fierce? I don't know. I forget. Let me know in the comments. But it was a great way to start the record off for me. I Care, probably one of my favorites on here. Just the I love the mixing on that record and how I can hear the percussions. Like, you could hear the snare being hit. I love her vocal performance on there. It's a part towards the end where she's singing in like a ah, ha, 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 like kind of thing. Like, she's not even saying the words. Like, I know you don't care too much, but I still can na 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 na, baby. But she sings it. It's like this high-pitched voice. You know, if you're a Beyonce fan and know the record, I'm not going to attempt to do it and embarrass myself right here. So it's just a part that I love. I might just add it in right here. But that record is dope. That record, and for the most part, I don't know how personal it is, but it feels very personal. It feels like when you're it seems like you're the last one in love in the relationship to me. Like, I know you don't care too much, but I still care. Like, and now every time you see me crying, you don't you see these tears falling down in my ears? I swear you like when I'm in pain. Like just her pure emotion. The people that say like Beyonce can't sing, i.e. Trick Daddy. Have you heard a record like I Care? Because this shit is, I'll put this up against a lot of stuff, especially if she performs it live. Oh my gosh. I Miss You, the Frank Ocean collab. I read that soon as she heard like what is it, Nostalgia Ultra, she tracked him down immediately and had him flew out the next day. Like, Frank Ocean was that special. I gotta do Blonde, matter of fact. Frank Ocean is that special that she flew him out. Now, to me though, I'm really not a big fan of the Beyonce and Frank Ocean collaborations. I don't think none of them are bad songs, from Miss You to Superpower to Was it Pink and White? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't think they mesh well. But that's just me though. Like I love the production on this record. I love the subject matter, but the song itself, I skip it. And then it goes into Best Thing I Never Had, which was I think it was written and produced by Babyface, which is great. Babyface is one of the pioneers of 90s, 80s, late 80s, early 90s R&B, i.e. Tony Braxton and things of that nature, a lot more stuff. But this record kind of reminds me of a Tony Braxton record. It could have been hers back in the day, or it just had that Tony vibe. And I know from doing research on this album, she was studying and wanted to bring back some of the sounds of the 70s, 80s, and 90s R&B, and you hear it throughout the record. But that record should have been bigger than it was. I don't know what happened at the time. I know her and her dad, she cut ties with her dad as far as her manager at the time. And I don't know. I just feel to me that this record, Best I Never Had, should have been way bigger than what it was. Goes into Party, which is probably one of my favorite song on here. I just love the beat. I love the vibe of it. That one sounds like SWV 90s R&B, just that vibe. Even though Kanye said swag goo on it, but it's still a great record. The Andre verse is just stellar. I hate the J. Cole version and the video version. I hate that version. But the Andre 3000 verse is just stellar. And listening back to it, I always wonder why Ye and Beyonce why she didn't use more of his beats before in the past. You know what I mean? Like even when he was on his soulful R&B run in the early 2000s with the Brandys, the Monicas, and things of that nature. I just wonder why she never really was on a Kanye production as much. Like we have the Ego remix, we have the Drunken Love remix, Lift Off. We have things of that nature, but we don't get I don't know. I just something I was curious about why we never really got a Beyonce on a Kanye beat. I'd rather die young, 'cause I'd rather die young than live my life without you. Sorry. That record is also it's a big record. Like I get it. The sound wasn't driven for R&B in that time, 2011. But shit, these are great R&B big records. This album is not like I'm just doing this for me kind of thing. You know how artists say that this album was for me. I think these records are actually good and they work, and I just don't understand why they wasn't. Like I'd Rather Die Young is a huge record. Like it's huge. Like it just sounds big. It sounds illustrious. It from vocal performance to vocal arrangement to production to mixing to everything. The record is just, again, this is why I'm giving this album flowers, because these records are too fucking good to just be not talked about. You know what I mean? Start Over. I do give you that one. I don't really listen to Start Over at all. After I'd Rather Die Young, I'm going straight into Love on Top. Love on Top is probably top 5 Beyonce songs of all time. It's in my top 5. It may be my top 3. Love on Top, Me, Myself, and I. And I don't know. I'll figure out the third one later. But those two for sure are my top 3 Beyonce records of all time. I think Love on Top is just perfect. It has that funk in it. It has that 70s vibe. That song could have been released in any, from 70, 80, 90, 2000, 10s. It could have been released in any of those decades. That song is just timeless. I think I remember the award show where she revealed that she was pregnant at the VMAs when she performed Love on Top. It's just, and even the video, I think it was was Love on Top the one she did the New Edition remake? Not Every Little Step. That's probably wrong. I think Love on Top was the video that she did the New Edition kind of tribute in it, if I believe so. Let me know in the comments. One thing I do love about Love on Top, I love a lot of things about Love on Top, but one thing I do really love about Love on Top is that it's the progression of her vocal and how the song progresses and get bigger and bigger and bigger every time. And by the time we get to like the climax of the song where she's screaming out like, I love, finally you put my life on top, baby. Like, baby, she just keeps going higher and higher and higher. You just feel that emotion. It's just raw. It's why it's one of my favorite Beyonce albums. Like, the vocal performance on this album is just magnificent. Countdown is dope. Has the Boys to Men 5, 4, and I thought that was a great record. I think the last, no, take that back. Countdown is that it gives me, I think it's the classic Dream and Beyonce collaboration. It's just that sound that they have that's just dope. I think, let me ask you guys, well, I think Dream and Beyonce, I think Dream is Beyonce's best collaborator with music. I think they make the best music together. Oh yeah, End of Time, come take me. End of Time is just crazy. When I see, unfortunately, I have seen Beyonce live. I've seen her at the Sasha Fierce tour, but I haven't seen her perform this song live, and I've seen it in visuals of people at her shows and stuff she released. And when she plays the End of Time, that shit just don't. It got that Michael Jackson upbeat, in the future kind of sound. Dream again. I think. Damn, I forgot about that record. That's one of my favorites. I might got to change my top 3 now. Songs on this album. Damn, I forgot. Come take my hand, I won't let you go. Dun, 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 dun. I love you so deeply. Damn, that song is dope. Fuck. All right. Moving on. I Was Here. I heard that was probably like the last song added to the record, and I really don't like that record. And it's nothing against Beyonce or anything of that nature. It's just that I really don't like these type of songs from artists when they it's like stake your claim kind of songs that artists do sometimes, like Big Papa. I was here, I live, I love. It's just too much. It's just too over the top. I don't know. It was just too much. I really wish it would have just went from End of Time to Run the World, just to keep that energy going. Like, you go from Countdown, End of Time, then I Was Here kind of brings the vibe down, and then it goes right back up to Who Run the World. I don't know. I really don't like that song. Sorry, Beehive. Don't trick daddy me. And then it ends with Run the World, and I love that record. That's those. I think those records are the ones that Beyonce, I wouldn't say need in her discography, but they propel her. Like, those are the records that gets that women crowd. It's relatable to them. It gets them going. It gets them going. And that's needed. I've seen how women react to Who Run the World Girls, or Formation, or Single Ladies, or Freakum Dress. I've seen how those kind of records, when she's gathering the sisterhood, it's just beautiful. So I love Run the World. And I don't know what performance it was, but I remember a documentary where she was preparing to perform that record. Was it the VMAs or Billboard? I think it was the Billboard Awards or the American Music Awards, between them two. And they just wasn't getting the shit right with lighting and shit. And she was, you could tell she was just pissed. Like, no, I told you to do it like this, and I do it like this. But I remember that performance from there when she had like the background kicking the ball, and she was like, dope. Beyonce is just hands down one of the greatest performance entertainers. If Mike didn't exist, she'll be one, but she might be one. Fuck, you saw Coachella. Let me get into my best songs. I'm gonna go with Party, I Care, and Love on Top, with End of Time close. Yeah. Worst song, I'm gonna go with I Was Here. You probably could have guessed that one. Best line, she says, I want to sing it like her, but I'm not going to embarrass myself. Ever since you knew your power, you made me cry. Every time our love goes sour, you won't sympathize. Don't you see these tears falling down in my ears? I swear you like when I'm in pain. I try to tell you all my fears. You still don't care, but that's okay. That's my favorite line. When she says that on there, I'll be like, damn. Like I said, I feel that one. And up to this point, for me, like, if you saw my reviews on Lemonade and Beyonce, the album, it was hard for me to like emotionally feel Beyonce. Like I don't know if I believe you all the way. I didn't start believing Beyonce until the Beyonce and Lemonades, and this probably was the start of it. Like, damn, is she really going through this? Like, that's what I Care made me feel. So, best line. Let's wrap this shit up though.
You a bad girl and your friends bad.
In closing, when it comes to Beyonce 4, happy anniversary. First of all, 10-year anniversary. Crazy. Again, 4 is one of my favorite Beyonce albums. Probably number 1. I don't know. I'm just a sucker for R&B. And when it's done right, when it's done beautifully by one of the greats, you got to appreciate it. I wish it was more appreciated by the general public compared to, like her earlier. pretty much every record this is the record in between that doesn't seem like it was appreciated. Like Dangerous Love gets appreciated, B-Day, I Am Sasha Fierce to an extent, but then after this you get the Beyonce and Lemonade, and those records just seem like it overshadows, like you're stuck in between B-Day, Crazy in Love, and Lemonade and Beyonce, and it's like and Single Ladies on top. So it's like I get it why I could get looked over, but I still appreciate it. And like again, it's one of my favorites. So I just wanted to show it a little bit of appreciation and give it its flowers on its 10th anniversary. Flowers for Beyonce's 4. I'm Tatum. Peace.